Yeah.
It's George.
It's Elaine.
Come on up.
Hey, what are you listening to?
I never heard anything like this in my life. Listen to this.
This is exciting! This is exciting! Huh? Did I miss anything already?
Kramer, get in.
Where's the crazy man?
Hey, sit down. Come on, it's about to start.
Hello, and welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who can barely run their own lives. I'm one of those guys. My name is Matt.
My name's Vinny.
You're the other guy?
I am the other guy.
Yeah.
The other guy?
How are you?
Good. How are you, my friend?
I'm okay. I figured we could just jump right into news this week.
Hey, I got news for you.
Great news. All right, I got news. You ready?
What?
So over the weekend, we lost a cast member from Seinfeld, Daniel von Bargen, who played Mr. Kruger, George's boss at Kruger. What is it? Industrial
Smoothing.
Smoothing, right, yeah. Another character that I'm shocked to find out was only in 4 episodes.
He seems like he's been in an entire season's worth of episodes.
Yeah, it's just insane.
That's a testament to what mark he left in the Seinfeld universe.
And in the last season at that.
Yeah, he was in The Slicer, The Strike, The Burning, and The Maid.
Yep. He died over the weekend. We're recording this on March, what is this, 3rd? 3rd. So he died in late February of 2015, but the story hadn't gone out there until just today at the time we were recording this.
We've grown up with these characters, and they've become so ingrained in our consciousness, I guess. So, and again, I mean, I think younger listeners and just viewers of television entertainment will recognize him from Super Troopers. And he was also a Commandant Spangler in Malcolm in the Middle, which he was, revered for.
Yeah, I'd say Seinfeld, Malcolm in the Middle were probably his 2 largest TV roles, but when it comes to film, man, he was just all over the place. He just seemed to be like that character actor that always popped up. Silence of the Lambs, he played one of the SWAT guys there.
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? He's in.
Right.
Basic Instinct. Apparently he was on All My Children, which I didn't know.
Huh.
He was in IQ, one of my favorite romantic comedies.
Wahoo!
Yeah. And what else?
Well, do you have any favorite like Kruger moments? Maybe we could talk about just his Seinfeld work.
Well, I love that George loved working for him. He's like, I can go nuts down there. They're as incompetent as he is. And Kruger wanting to hit that high note. Good night, everybody. And the swinging in the chair, all me.
That might be my favorite Kruger moment when he's doing that in the chair. But yeah, it was a great twist on the workplace for George to have someone as incompetent, or if not more so, than George. Like that scene when he sees him in Monk's eating that huge piece of chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Like, aren't you supposed to be at work right now? And he's like, I'm not worried about it.
I'm not too worried about it.
But yeah, Kruger was just, again, one of those characters similar to, I think Jack Klompus was the first one we brought up when you're just shocked at how, when you add up his screen time in all of the Seinfeld episodes, it might amount to, 15, 20 minutes, but his scenes are just so damn good.
I'd even like to point out, you gave me a lovely gift. You gave me the airbrushed photo that George had done at the photo hut, where they airbrushed Kruger into, or actually it was George into Sand and Sky, but they ended up airbrushing the wrong guy out, which was Kruger. And then I think of Kramer parading as Dr. Van Nostrand taking a slicer to that mole, and then the old time car horn, K. Uger. He's a lot of memorable moments with Daniel von Bargen.
Yeah, it's incredible to say, I was on 4 episodes of Seinfeld, and every episode scene I was in is super quotable, memorable. Who could forget Festivus, too? I mean, the Human Fund?
Yes,
all revolves
you're right.
around him, too.
That the delivery when they switched George's nickname for the last time, and he goes, George.
No one cares about your gammy. Yeah, it's really sad to hear that. I'm sure most people heard that he had some health issues with diabetes over the years, and we don't know the cause of his death, but I assume it's somehow linked to his battle with diabetes. And he was only 64, which my book isn't that old.
No, that's young nowadays.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, it's really sad. I don't really know how to segue out of this, but yeah, we love Kruger. Can't wait to get to him in 2018 or whatever.
Sure.
But I'm sure we'll bring up Daniel Von Bargen from time to time here.
George, I got something for you. I'm supposed to find a charity and throw some of the company's money at it. They all seem the same to me, so what's the difference?
$20,000?
Made out to the Human Fund. Oh, damn, I've locked myself out of my office again. All right, I'm going home.
Moving on to just a big series of interviews for Larry David this week. I don't know if
I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know if
Why
you
is he getting
caught.
so popular?
I don't know if you caught any of them, but his play "Fish in the Dark," which Vinny, I mean, what do you say about a play like that? It's just
I'm familiar with it.
fantastic play. It opens this week. Larry's touring around the news outlets in New York, and he's getting interviewed for Yahoo, Today Show, 60 Minutes. The Today Show interview stunk. I don't like Matt Lauer that much, and for some reason he feels he needs to be like combative with Larry. Like, oh, I'm with Larry David. This is like Curb Your Enthusiasm. I should be a jerk to this guy. At least that's the vibe I got. So I wasn't a big fan of that interview. The Charlie Rose interview on 60 Minutes was fantastic. I really liked that a lot. Larry seemed to have a good rapport with Charlie. They, similar to Matt Lauer, could go back and forth, but it seemed like Larry was actually enjoying it. They also go to Larry's boyhood apartment in Brooklyn, which is kind of neat to see. However, I just watched the Katie Couric interview before we started recording. It's on Yahoo, and is that how you pronounce it?
You put a little emphasis on that who, but it's okay. Keep going.
Is it Yahoo? Yahoo?
It's Yahoo.
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 This interview took place at Sardi's, Vinny. That seems appropriate, right?
Sardi's.
Something about Katie and Larry, their interaction with each other, it felt very organic. Larry felt very comfortable being there.
Okay.
Katie, I won't ruin it. She actually pulls a prank on Larry at one point during the interview.
You don't say.
I say, for my money, I'd recommend watching Katie Couric first. I'd say the 60 Minutes one is probably the best produced segment, though, just in terms of like a news piece.
I like that Larry David's becoming even more of a household name now, if that's even possible, that people are going to be exposed to him once again, but in a different medium.
Right.
So, and he's killing it on Broadway, like
60 Minutes?
that's so great.
Right. I know, it's so weird. Like he's broken through, he's part of the Glitterati. He's hitting people up in Michigan.
Popular culture now.
Anyways, we'll include links for all 3 interviews on our show notes.
Matt, that can't be all the news we have, is it?
Oh no. One more. Why don't you take this one?
Sure. As Matt sent me a text this morning, the Brooklyn Cyclones are back. July 5th, mark your calendars. Salute to Seinfeld Night, Part 2, coming to MCU Park. So when did tickets go on sale?
Well, by the time this releases yesterday.
Oh, no!
So hopefully you got the what do you want to call it? Like the Van B-Boy package.
Yeah.
I think, did we set this up right? Like what Seinfeld Night is? It's the Brooklyn Cyclones minor league baseball team, right?
If you've listened to previous episodes, yes. They're located in Brooklyn. I forget that they're the affiliate team of the Mets. But apparently somebody over there is a huge fan of Seinfeld, and I would love to meet this person. But Matt, you went to the first Brooklyn Cyclones Seinfeld night. You got to meet Larry Thomas, the soup Nazi, in person. You got me a box of autographed soup. They had a Elaine dance contest. They had people dress up. What other shenanigans were there?
I don't really remember.
Oh, what a day.
Well, it's weird. When you're in such a big setting, it's kind of hard to focus on what's going on the field. Just because everyone's in their own world. But yeah, there was the dance-off I do remember because our friend Jamie from Trivia won.
Hi, Jamie!
There was...
Kenny Kramer was there?
Kenny Kramer was there. Yeah, he was busy. He had his table set up with all of his merchandise. There was a game where you had to, I think, throw a package of Junior Mints into like a bucket on someone's head, similar to the Junior Mint falling into the incision.
Yep. Oh, I
Yeah.
seem to recall that if you dressed up as a postman, you'd get free admittance into the game. Is that
Yeah,
right? Admission.
There was a man there with the name George Costanza, like the actual birth name, George Costanza, which I don't know if that's worth anything to
Can you
anyone.
imagine?
But yeah, I saw a guy in a lobster shirt. A lot of people dressing up. There was a face painter. And actually, we have photos on our Facebook page. If you go all the way to the back of the main album, you'll see some photos. Those were taken, I think, like the day we launched this podcast. So,
I was going to say, the July 5th will mark a year, an anniversary for Seincast.
Yeah, and I think that's, it sounds like the Brooklyn Cyclones have sort of branded that as like Seinfeld Day. At least where they're located, and I think for everyone's sake, that should be Seinfeld Day. You know, that was
We
the
got to
birth.
get in on this.
Yeah, that was the birth of the show. So we'll go, right, Vinny? You and me?
I already marked my calendar.
Nice. I think Liz is going to join us too.
Hey.
Hey, there you go. Maybe we could do a little Jerry George Elaine thing, or no?
Sure. I'll wear my Baltimore Orioles hat,
Hey, I like it.
and I will refuse to take it off.
So you will be Elaine?
Always.
Oh.
I gravitate towards her. You know this.
Vinny, what episode are we discussing today?
The 19th episode of Season 3, The Good Samaritan, written by Peter Melman, directed by Jason Alexander. Yeah, that's right, Jason Alexander. And it aired March 4th, 1992.
And if this is your first time listening, Vinny and I are following the episode order on our DVDs, which can contradict the original air date order. Also, we will spoil future episodes, so we recommend everyone go on Amazon, buy the show, marathon it, and then come back to listen to our podcast. Vinny, man, Jason Alexander, this one actually took me by surprise.
Yeah, you see the name pop up on the screen. Normally it's directed by Tom Sharonis, but this time I had to actually rewind Wiggles, and yeah, you do a double take.
You you wiped both eyes over. Well, let's do a little bit of trivia here before we get going. Prior to filming, the studio audience watched the edited version of The Limo. This was, to record their laughter like they did for the parking garage and what else? I always forget. Apparently, when Michael Richards read in the script for this week's episode, he apparently thought, the scene when he has that seizure, the fit when he hears Mary Hart's voice, he thought that was too far out for the Kramer character. But apparently he read in the New England Journal of Medicine that there was a documented case where a person had, flipped out at the sound of her voice, which I guess sort of legitimized it for him.
Yeah, Michael Richards mentioned that he always wanted elements of Kramer to be somehow grounded in reality. So that was his evidence right there that it appeared in the New England Journal of Medicine.
Mm-hmm. I want to find that article.
That'd be a really interesting read. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jason Alexander directed this episode, Vinny, as you mentioned at the top. Main note I have here is that he received a nomination from the Directors Guild of America for Outstanding Directing in a Comedy Series, but unfortunately he did not win.
Oh.
You know who won?
No. Who won?
Tom Sharonis. He won for his episode The Contest.
I could see that.
Yeah. It's a pretty good episode, I guess, to lose to.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though, since The Contest is part of the season 4 run.
Right.
So I guess the DGA looks at years as opposed to seasons. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because I think The Contest aired in the fall, winter of 92. You want to get started?
All right.
Why do you always do that?
Because you laugh.
Yes. All right.
Phone. I would say the concept behind the car phone and the phone machine, the speaker phone, the airline phone, the portable phone, the pay phone, the cordless phone, the multi-line phone, the phone pager, the call waiting, call forwarding, call conferencing, speed dialing, direct dialing, and the redialing is that we all have absolutely nothing to say, and we've got to talk to someone about it right now. Cannot wait another second. I mean, come on, you're at home, you're on the phone, you're in the car, you're making calls, you get to work. Any messages for me? You gotta give people a chance to miss you a little.
This stand-up is so well crafted. I would venture to say that this may be the best show stand-up to date in terms of how he picks up all these derivations of the phone, car phone, phone machine, speaker phone. It's endless. And the way he just brings it back that we all have nothing to say and we got to, tell somebody about it now. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's incredible. We sometimes transcribe the stand-up material for our notes if it's that good. And this was a tough one. I'm like, writing out every variation of phone. I think that's why he's Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, and I as I'm looking at each, some of them don't exist anymore, and then there's new ones that have been added in. So he could have added smartphone in.
Mm-hmm. This is definitely a bit of material that ages the show, or at least places it in a certain time. But the
payphone, the cordless, the phone pager.
But that one moment when he says, "We all have absolutely nothing to say, and we've got to talk to someone about it right now." That's like online social media to the T, right? Facebook, Twitter, what have you. Everyone must know what I'm doing.
Yep, that's as true today as it was in 1992, if not more so.
Oh, absolutely. First scene is at night. We're shooting down 7th Ave, I think. I was determined to find out exactly where this was in New York. I saw Macy's on the left, so I'm assuming this is going down 7th Ave. You're right about to hit 35th Street. Jerry's on his car phone with Elaine via speaker, and he points out how it's safer, plus it's more annoying to the other person.
So true.
Yes.
Because hearing that ambient noise on the other end is really irritating.
Probably similar to our podcast here. We're
I'm sorry.
We're a low budget podcast, so you get a lot of ambient noises, a lot of table, me taking sips out of water,
cricks and cracks and squeals. Well, we're like Seinfeld in the early going. Yes,
exactly. There's this great moment here. Jerry is driving along, and a fellow driver needs to get in his lane, right? And Jerry allows it, which I love.
You see this cutaway of the gentleman in the car. He actually, it looks like he sticks almost his whole upper half of his body out of the car, and he puts his arm out of the window to wave himself into the lane. Can I get in? Can I get in?
So maybe Ace Ventura was inspired by this scene.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love Jerry's delivery, though. Yes, go ahead. Get in. Get in. However, he doesn't get that thank you wave.
No. Huge.
What's that line you always say?
Give me that wave! Is that it?
Yeah. For the longest time, I had no idea what you were referencing.
Really?
This is one of those episodes that I really don't know that well, and I didn't know what you were doing. I'm like, what is that? Now I get it. All of this, letting someone in, the wave, all that reminds me a lot of Maroon Golf in the Puerto Rican Day episode. There's a lot of traffic driving in that episode.
I was thinking more of when he says, hey, when I'm in traffic, I'm always letting people in. Go ahead. Go ahead. What's that from?
Listeners, we'll put it to you.
Yeah.
It was an episode we already discussed, but I can't remember.
All right.
Yeah, all right. I'll give you a point for that one. Elaine wonders if Jerry's free on Friday because she bumped into Robin Sandusky. Love it when we get full names of characters.
Yes.
It doesn't matter at all. She asked to have dinner with her and her husband. And Elaine just isn't really looking forward to this.
Oh my God. You won't believe what I just saw. A car just bashed into a parked car and sped off right on my block.
You gotta follow that car.
What?
You can't let him get away with that.
Elaine, the guy could be dangerous.
What are you, yellow?
I'm not yellow.
Jerry, if you don't follow him, you're yellow.
Wait, he stopped. He's parking.
What? What? I can't hear you, Jerry?
Excuse me, I was driving behind you, a few blocks back, and I couldn't help. Maybe you didn't realize I witnessed that you left your tires a little low. That can affect the performance of the twin I-beam suspension, not to mention, your rack and pinion steering.
Did you notice pregnant Elaine? We're using more disguises to hide her belly.
Yeah, I just never noticed that watching the show before. That Julia was pregnant, and she always wears baggy clothing or has a pillow.
Yeah, in this scene in particular, she is laying on the couch, and she has a blanket draped over her.
She's very cozy.
Yeah,
you have to admit.
So Matt, did you notice Julia's delivery when she says, I think she's sucking on a hard candy or something, and it takes her a while to get the line out, and she's kind of looking, if you don't follow that car, you're yellow. It's just, I don't know, something that really stuck out to me.
She's kind of got a grandma thing going on. Like she's got the hard candy,
A Werther's or something.
Yeah, she's got like a quilt, a nightie. I did notice that it's very cute. Another thing I noticed coming from you have these two phone conversations, and how they filmed them was Jerry was probably somewhere on Elaine's apartment set, recording his lines, filming her, and then vice versa, probably when he's in the car. Anyways, that line when after he sees the car get hit, she says, "You got to follow that car," and he goes, "What?" And when he says "what," it doesn't sound like the filter of Jerry on the phone. It sounds like Jerry off camera a little bit.
Oh, really?
I don't know. It's weird. Maybe I'll play it again here. You'll know what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna listen to it right now.
You gotta follow that car. What? You can't let him get away with that.
Wow, you are absolutely right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It sounds like he's down a tunnel.
Yeah.
Wow, good catch.
Anyways.
So, Matt, let me ask you this. Would you follow the car?
Oh, I don't know, man. I would probably look at the license plate and just report that to the police. I don't think I'd need to like track the car down, as we'll find out here.
Yeah.
Or as we found out, get out of my car and confront the person.
Say, hey, buddy. Yeah. I'm right there with you.
Okay.
So then I also was wondering at the end of the scene, the way that this unidentified woman looks at Jerry, she seems to know that Jerry saw her. Is that safe to say at this point?
That's sort of the big question I have for this character. How much she knows, what she knows, what's her angle here in this episode?
I feel like she realizes that Jerry caught her because when Jerry gets out of his car, he says, "Excuse me, I noticed you," and then she starts looking at him very, I don't want to say flirtatiously.
I think she's got a seductive look to her, without a doubt. Yeah.
So yeah, I have in my notes: is she using her sexuality to diffuse what's about to happen?
I'd say so. Yeah, she reminds me of like a cross between, well, not a cross, but there's elements of Marlene, George's ex-girlfriend, in there.
Marlene.
And a little bit of Nikki from the Calzone, the beautiful,
can get out of tickets.
Yeah, the beautiful blonde woman who can get them out of a speeding ticket, can get them sold out movie tickets. Beautiful women can get away with murder.
Dustin Hoffman was not in Star Wars.
Kind of a blend between those, or elements of those characters in this character. We find out later her name is Angela, right?
Yes. So while we're on the subject of Angela, the lousy thug, she was played by actress Melinda McGraw, and Melinda McGraw has been all over television. She's played in NCIS, State of Affairs, Crisis, Glee, Men of a Certain Age, Medium, The West Wing. She was on Desperate Housewives. She was in The Nutty Professor 2. She was in the Leslie Nielsen movie Wrongfully Accused.
I love that.
Yeah. She was in X-Files. She played Melissa Scully. Kumail Nanjiani does a X-Files podcast. If you're interested, go and check that out.
We should promote someone else's podcast every episode
Just
of
did.
Seincast. Yeah,
there we go. Now, I haven't seen this yet. It's on my to-do list in my queue. But Mad Men.
Oh.
She played Bobby Barrett for a couple episodes.
Yeah, I've seen the show. I'm caught up, but I'd have to revisit her episode.
And then I got one other thing that she was in that I'm gonna surprise Matt with. So I haven't told him yet.
All
so
right.
go ahead and open your email.
Opening. Oh no! Really?
Yes!
Oh man! Come on.
Go ahead and explain, Matt.
Well, you sent me a screen grab from one of my favorite movies, The Dark Knight. She plays Barbara Gordon, not Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, but Barbara Gordon, Jim Gordon's wife in that movie. She's in the climactic scene. I don't want to spoil it, but I'm sure most people have seen it when she's holding both of her kids there as Two-Face is flipping the coin, choosing which one to kill.
Well,
Is that really her?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
She looks
crazy.
great.
Yeah, she looks fantastic.
I want to say now that's two actors that we have from Seinfeld that are in The Dark Knight.
We do. And don't forget, the actor you're talking about played Ed, Elaine's pseudo-boyfriend, the guy that was visiting from Seattle in the Busboy episode. He's the guy she's rushing to get him to the airport, and she's flipping out because they're late, and she's
Where's
like...
my brown sweater?
It's brown!
He played one of the guys on the ferry in The Dark Knight that is right before this scene. He has to blow up the prisoner ferry. And the other actor's name is escaping me, but he is the guy in the off-track betting scene with Kramer in the subway. You know, his father was a murderer.
Oh, Flass.
Yeah, he plays Flass in Batman Begins. So maybe we could do, I don't know, some Dark Knight trilogy connection to Seinfeld somehow.
Yeah, one other note regarding the character of Angela, actress Rena Sofer also auditioned for the role of Angela. And if you don't recognize that name, you will, because she will come back later in season 8 to play George's tourist bureau friend, Marianne, in the episode The Muffin Tops. So she's the one who says, no offense, George, but the city, it eats you alive.
Right. What did she think the last tenant had? Monkeys or something like that?
Sounds like the last tenant had monkeys or something. And George then sniffs himself.
Yeah. Next scene is at Jerry's apartment. Jerry is telling George the story about how he met this woman, Angela, and they, wound up getting a decaf cappuccino together.
Wait till you see what it costs.
George is speechless. He has no speech. Great line.
Hey, that line comes back.
Oh, sure does. And I feel like we might use that in real life.
Oh, yeah.
When we're not recording. Jerry does point out that when Angela laughs, she would reach out and touch his arm.
Love when they touch your arm. I can't get enough of them. Why is that?
Let's not even analyze it.
I got two things here.
Okay.
And, hey, you're drinking your mug.
You got that right.
Nice.
Notice,
so, Matt,
notice I gave you the one without the red spot?
I did. I knew you were going to.
What's this?
How you are.
It's actually kind of perfect. There's a red dot on it.
It really is. Oh, man.
Should we bring that up?
Sure.
No. I was pointing at a Fish in the Dark mug that Vinny bought me after we saw the show, and we were really bummed because there's this red smudge on it. Looks like some factory worker had like lipstick or marker, and it got glazed over, so you can't wipe it off. And Vinny and I were debating who would get this mug because it's ruined merchandise.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice having a product with a red dot on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I thought you had to pay extra for that.
Yeah.
Well, I have two things regarding this latest clip you just played.
Okay.
This is what I think makes the writing on Seinfeld so wonderful. The writers have established the whole basis for the show, that they analyze these unspoken rules and etiquette of dating as well as everyday society. So now they completely flip that around when Jerry says, let's not even analyze it. Mm. I feel like it kind of fools the audience because you go, wow, that's really interesting. And then they decide not to even analyze that subject.
Oh, it's great. This is only Peter Melman's, third episode? He is a very, I would say, one of the most clever writers on Seinfeld in terms of doing something like this. No one has done this yet. He brings a certain sensibility to the show that is, I think, really unique and able to take a step back and almost, I hate using the word meta.
Yeah.
But the show, for a moment here, is very much aware of itself.
Anyway, I just found that fascinating.
And how ironic that we're spending an hour and a half to talk about a 22-minute episode.
You got it.
Well,
secondly,
yeah.
as a guy, mm-hmm. I think there is no greater turn on than when a girl laughs and reaches out and touches your arm. I wish they would do it more.
I'll do it more for you.
All right.
Not the same. For you, at least. Jerry just couldn't go through, turning her in. Just couldn't do it. So instead, they're going to get together Friday night. Elaine is heading up, and at this time, Jerry tells George, hey, she doesn't need to know anything. A little, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. George digs. Just an interesting term coming from him. He also thinks that this relationship has potential because great couples always have a great story about how they met, which is why he's never been in a long-term relationship. This is part of that Peter Melman sort of sensibility. I just get from his other episodes, from reading his book, from the interview we had with him. This feels like him able to look at, relationships as a whole. A lot of Friends, I'm sure, the Elaine storyline feels like something he went through in this episode. Like, oh, I hate going out with married couples. They're the worst.
Mm-hmm. He's really able to hash out the things that we go through in everyday life and kind of put it onto the page and then have it translate onto the screen.
Right. If anything, he was, out of the four main writers, Peter, Larry Charles, Larry David, and Jerry, I don't want to say average Joe, but his storylines, I think, had the most relatable like social elements to them, if that makes sense.
I think he prided himself on that too when we spoke with him.
Oh, for sure. So there's a weird moment here where George is pouring milk, and I'm so glad that it actually comes up later, with Jerry. What am I drinking? Milk? But they're eating some animal crackers, they're just hanging out, and Elaine enters, wants to know what happened with that, hit and run driver.
So, what happened?
With what?
With the car?
What car?
The hit and run?
Oh, right. Well, actually, the guy went into Queens.
Queens? You followed him over the bridge?
Over the bridge.
No, I didn't know you went into Queens, Jerry.
Yeah, Queens.
So, then what?
So he gets out of the car. I said, "Hey, buddy, I saw you hit that car." So he says to me, "What are you gonna do about it?" So I said to him, "Whatever is necessary."
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Tell her about the shoving.
What?
What shoving?
Oh, it was nothing.
Oh, tell her.
Tell me.
Well, he kind of lost his temper and he was pushing me up against the car, so I went into a karate stance.
You know karate?
I know a little.
Well, this is so amazing to me. Jerry, what did he do?
He backed off. It's pretty pathetic, actually.
So did you notice that? Oh, right. They always play that in the commercials for syndication.
Oh, really?
That little snippet, like, "Hey, Seinfeld's on 5 nights a week," and then it goes, "Oh, right." I don't know. That always stuck out to me.
That moment, which I love, so I went into a karate stance, reminded me a little bit of Mac and It's Always Sunny.
Oh, yeah.
He always does his little karate moves, which I don't know if we've ever brought up It's Always Sunny on this show, but
I think we've mentioned it.
yeah. If you like Seinfeld and if you like Curb and you're looking for the next step in that evolution, I'd say It's Always Sunny is your next stop.
It's been referred to by critics as Seinfeld on crack. So if that works for you, then check out that show.
Right. But I don't think there's anywhere really to go after It's Always Sunny.
No.
At least when it comes to basic cable.
One other thing I wanted to touch on with this last clip was, why does Jerry feel the need to, not tell Elaine about the whole and George says, "I dig." So he doesn't want to even bring up the hit and run. But then when Elaine asks Jerry about it, he feels the need to make up this elaborate story. Because are they still in this realm where it's awkward for him to talk about other women in front of her?
If it weren't for this episode, and again, what Peter Melman brings to the table, I would say George and Elaine are pretty much over, but...
George and Elaine?
I'm sorry, Jerry and Elaine. But this would have me disagree. Like, it sounds like Jerry is still a little uncomfortable with telling Elaine, not that he met someone, but the circumstances under which he met someone. But I think it's also important for him to, I don't know, have this image of masculinity, of being a tough guy. I don't know, by chasing the person down, all that kind of stuff. So,
and then George even provides a bigger hole for Jerry to climb out of when he says, "Tell her about the shoving."
Another step in the evolution of just screwing your friends over, making things more difficult when they have to lie, which is, I think, one of the most consistent threads throughout Seinfeld. So Kramer enters, and Elaine tells him about Jerry's hit and run accident. And of course, Kramer, in his own way, thinks people like that should be sent to Australia. He's a little off, Vinny, in this scene. He's kind of making sense. He's got a bandage on his head, but the whole group notices that something's wrong. And he explains that he was watching Entertainment Tonight recently. He got dizzy. Next thing he knew, he hit his head on the coffee table. Little foreshadowing there. When
Kramer said Australia, did he pronounce it funny? I thought I heard Australia.
Oh, that's very Michael Richards, right? It's like the instead of cafe latte, it's cafe latte.
And then theater. Right. But for some reason, every time he says, I see the scene, I hear him say Australia.
They should be sent to Australia.
Well, Elaine wants to know if Jerry is still on for Friday night, but he can't because he, just met someone. He has a date, recommends George instead, and Elaine offers to pay if George goes. Of course, he sees it as a free meal, so he's there.
Cheapness.
So before Elaine leaves, she goes on a bit of a rant here, which is that Peter Melman example I brought up earlier. How much she hates dining with married couples, having to hear about married things, feels like they're just trying to make their life sound so much better than hers, which is a bit paranoid, but I think that's a pretty accurate statement. Not all married couples are like that, of course, but it seems to be, especially in the early stages of marriage, the honeymoon phase, just how perfect everything is. And
yeah.
You got to get married. And,
Life is great.
Move to Long Island.
Did you pick up on the Charlie Brown head drop as she's closing the door, walking out? It's very exciting.
So next scene is at a restaurant. I think it's called Pasta Vici. I don't know if you saw this.
Vici.
Yeah, saw the sign there.
Did.
Elaine and George are out to eat with Robin and her husband Michael.
And hey, here's another example of George wolfing down food again. We completely forgot about this.
No, I got my note right here, mister.
No, I'm saying, remember last, what episode was it?
Fix Up. This is something they definitely carried over.
Yes. He doesn't even care about the conversation that's going on. He's just
bread,
pasta, pasta salt, please. So we got Michael. He's played by actor Joseph Malone. Hasn't been in too many things. He was a cast member of the Tracy Ullman Show. He was also on Tracy Ullman's other show, Tracy Takes On. Mm-hmm. He was on the TV show Dallas. He was in the movie Universal Soldier and the movie Hocus Pocus.
Oh, not who played in Hocus Pocus?
Bette Midler.
Who did he play in Hocus Pocus?
Singer.
Oh, is he the guy in the skull makeup? You ever see Hocus Pocus?
Long time ago.
Okay, I'll look into it. What do you got for Robin?
Oh, I got another juicy bit for you.
Is it another Batman movie?
No,
unfortunately
not. Robin is played by Ann Talman. She starred in Serendipity, Law and Order. She was on a Murphy Brown. Oh. She was in the 1987 Wall Street. And we might possibly have another double dipper, possibly.
Question mark? I don't know. We'll see. Mark?
Not only did she play Robin in The Good Samaritan, but she's also uncredited as the woman in the exercise video in The Trip. She's in there somewhere.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to hold off on playing our double dipper clip for this week until I can assess the situation, mm-hmm. and we might do a post double dipper next week. But
another interesting bit of trivia for Ann Talman is she dated Michael Richards for several years.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. I wonder how that went.
I wonder if they met doing this episode.
Well, what was her background again? Anything maybe Michael did? No Friday's work or problem child? I don't think Michael's married, is he?
Oh, he's married twice. He's married to Kathleen Lyons from 1975 to 1983, and then Beth Skip from 2007 to present.
Oh, so he must have met her after they filmed this because he was married at the time. So he must have gotten divorced,
yeah, you're right.
dated her. And so, yeah, I'd like to think they met on Seinfeld. So Elaine is in the middle of telling Robin and Michael how she used to date a matador, Vinny.
Eduardo Carroccio. That's very good.
Yeah. So she's trying to entertain the couple, just all these crazy stories about the matador when Robin sneezes.
God bless you.
Thank you.
I wasn't going to say anything, but then I could see that he wasn't going to open his mouth.
Love the reaction from the audience in this scene.
Now, George clearly pauses and looks at Michael and gives him first crack at that God bless you.
No doubt. Like, when you go to the videotape, there is plenty time there, a window for Michael to say something, or at least to acknowledge to George, like, oh, it's okay, she's going to sneeze again, if that were the case.
Yeah. And then secondly, it doesn't really seem like that big a deal to say God bless you to somebody's wife. And I see it more as George just trying to be folksy when he says, I could see that he wasn't going to open his mouth. But Elaine looks up and she's kind of frightened that George actually said this. And I feel like it's very reminiscent of George telling Beth Lookner, wow, you could have done a lot better than him
Without a
with David
doubt.
Lochner.
Absolutely.
Which I think is much worse than saying God bless you to somebody versus saying you could have done a lot better than him.
For sure. My wife and I, one of our many tiffs and disagreements we have was about the whole God bless you, because neither of us are religious at all. But for whatever reason, she wants me to, at a time, she's like, I want you to say God bless you after I sneeze. You never say it. I never did. And I'm like, why? Why do I need to say God bless you? Like, we're not religious. What is it going to do? Me saying God bless you, are you not going to get sick?
A superstition.
A superstition. And I remember it actually turned into like a pretty heated argument. Like, and it eventually ended with me, now saying God bless you. Or I say gesundheit more than anything.
I remember.
Were you there for this argument?
No, I did.
Now it's an argument.
Probably.
But yeah, are you a big God bless you sort of guy?
I grew up saying it. I said it almost my whole life. And then I went through a period, I think it was during pharmacy school, where I stopped saying it. But now I say it again, just because it's kind of a social convention.
Yeah.
So
now I like Kramer with the AIDS ribbon, because everyone says it. I don't want to say it.
Oh,
so I'm one of those guys.
Yeah.
An ass. Next scene's in Jerry's car. He and Angela are enjoying some ice cream. Very suggestive, food.
I didn't even think of that.
Ice cream. Oh, the way, come on. We don't, I guess, need to talk about it that much, but the way she's eating this ice cream, come on. They're talking about good actors, right? And she mentions Anthony Quinn, and Jerry somehow...
He's tiptoeing around the subject of this hit and run.
Well, yeah, he's just going right for it, I think. He's like, oh, yeah, like, he's not a good driver. He always left a note, though, after smashing into a parked car. It's like, how direct can you get? I guess that's sort of the joke here, right? I mean, Jerry is just giving her any opportunity to say something. So what's the game she's playing here? Is she just going to see how long her sexiness can kind of keep Jerry's accusations at bay or something?
I suppose, yeah. Another chess match is going on, perhaps.
Right.
Now, I've totally forgot about this, but remember in season 9, Kramer steals screen legend Anthony Quinn's undershirt while doing sit-ups in the park?
There you go. Good
So there's a nice little callback.
We go back to Pasta Vici. Michael is pretty angry, and George is trying to explain that he was just kidding with the comment he made earlier.
You think you're so damn special because you say God bless you?
Oh, I don't think I'm special. My mother always said I'm not special.
He was only joking, Michael. I'm sorry.
Oh, right. Take his side.
I am not taking his side.
Well, whose side are you taking?
Well, I'm not taking your side.
A lot of mother talk this season. I feel, since we'll get to meet Estelle in the contest, I think, actually.
Can't wait.
Yes, it's gonna be great in a couple of months here. But yeah, I love that line. My mother always said I'm not special. You're just learning so much about George.
Contrast that with Jerry's mother, who always said he was special.
Great comparison.
Robin sneezed for a second time.
Yes.
To which George he's kind of motioning to Michael, go ahead. It's yours for the taking. You say God bless you.
I feel like the damage is done, though, at this point, right?
Yeah. But my question is, what constitutes a multiple sneezer? Does it have to be one, two, like successive right after another, or the fact that she had one within a few seconds?
Yeah, I would say if you're a multiple sneezer, it's going to come probably a few seconds between sneezes, maybe 5 seconds.
Oh, so then she's not multiple then?
No, not at all. I wouldn't say so. Because, sometimes like when I'm cleaning, I get a little bit of dust in the nose. I sneeze. I go about my cleaning. Then I sneeze again. Does that make me a multiple sneezer?
That sounds very Seinfeldian, that delivery.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. It's the most flattering thing you ever said to me. Back to Jerry's car. Jerry and Angela are making out a little until Jerry pulls away. This time he brings up Kirk Douglas as another bad driver. But Vinny, he doesn't leave a note.
Was he in Wall Street? Or is that Michael Douglas?
That's Michael Douglas, his son. Thanks for throwing me off. See, Vinny, Kirk Douglas doesn't leave a note. He sits in the car and waits for the driver to return so they can exchange info.
That's nice.
Yeah. All right, next scene. Jerry's apartment. Jerry and George are trying to figure out this business with the God bless you comment. Pretty much everything we've already discussed at this point. George does claim that he waited enough time, and I think we've come to the conclusion, right, that George is not at fault at all here, except for the comment. I think the comment is what really pissed Michael off.
I agree.
Elaine enters and, of course, gives George a hard time about the God bless you, at which point Jerry suggests if you want to make a person feel better after they sneeze, you shouldn't say God bless you. You should say, you're so good looking.
I love how Elaine is totally on board with this. She immediately nods her head and say, yeah, you should say that.
I did see a link, an article, I should say, on Wikipedia, how someone was fired for sexual harassment that kind of spawned out of this whole "you're so good looking," making comments like that. But I'll include a link in our show notes for the article. Elaine tells George that Robin left a message on her machine and wants him to call her, presumably to apologize. So George heads to the bedroom while Jerry and Elaine watch some Entertainment Tonight as Kramer enters.
That was another ADR, I think, when Jerry goes, "Hey, Entertainment Tonight's on."
Oh, yeah.
I assume she called to apologize. That's why she called me.
Entertainment Tonight's on.
Where's the remote phone?
Bedroom.
I guess they weren't allowed to use the Entertainment Tonight theme song. They had to come up with like generic upbeat music. It sounds like something from not season 3, Easy to Beat, but it's got that Jonathan Wolfe kind of jazzy synthetic sound to it.
What's the matter? What's going on?
What happened? I think I hit my head again.
What is wrong?
Hey, wait a minute. Let me ask you something, Kramer. The last time you hit your head was Mary Hart on TV?
Yeah?
That is it!
What?
That is it! Mary Hart's voice, don't you see? There's something about the sound of Mary Hart's voice that's giving you seizures. Just like that woman in Albany.
Mary Hart?
So my first question is, how did the actors not laugh with Michael writhing on the floor like that?
I mean, yeah, I guess we didn't really give it enough setup there. This is the classic Michael seizure, right?
Yes.
It's insane. The way he throws his body on the table, being Julia and Jerry, you just have to look straight ahead and hope that you can keep a straight face.
There's a nice little story on the DVD when Jason Alexander's being interviewed regarding directing, and when they were blocking the shots, he goes up to Michael, and Michael didn't like to say what he was going to do. And Jason asked Michael, "Do you want, props that are going to break away, or what do you want to do?" And Michael said, "No, I'll just use what's on the set." And during rehearsal, he didn't do the seizure portion. Once the cameras were rolling, that's when he turned it on, and that's what you saw is what we're seeing on camera. And Jason ends up saying that Michael broke the legs to the couch.
Oh, really?
He broke some shelves. So he went for it, and he tore through that set.
I would say it's one of Michael Richards' biggest performances in terms of like the physicality.
Yeah.
And until this moment, probably the biggest. I can't think of another scene that tops this so far. So, they get on to talking about the affair that George is going to have, which I always find a little surprising that George is willing to go through with it, but it is harmless in a sense. It's not necessarily going to lead to the affair, but there's the possibility of an affair.
Well, she apologized, and then she wanted to know if we could get together Wednesday afternoon.
Get together?
Maybe she just wants to talk to me.
Married women don't get together. They have affairs.
Oh, my God, an affair. It's so adult. It's like with stockings and martinis and William Holden. On the other hand, it probably wouldn't cost me any money.
Are you actually considering this?
I can't have an affair with a married woman. That's despicable.
Ah, it's like hitting a car and driving away without leaving a note.
Kramer points out to Jerry that the owner of the car that was smashed belongs to the blonde who lives across the street. Vinny, the blonde with the long ponytail? She wears those blue sweatpants.
The blonde with the blue sweatpants.
And we talk about this whole Jerry-Elaine relationship. She's a little onto his excitement, right? Because he kind of pulls it back when he sees her looking at him.
Yeah.
And she's
She's onto him.
Oh, yeah. She's going to go meet a guy with gray sweatpants.
It feels like we're back in season 2.
It really does. Which I don't mind, because it's used sparingly. You know, it's not every episode will they, won't they, but it's still there, which is nice. At least we're more aware of it.
Yes. So I like how after Elaine leaves, Jerry shuts the door. Or actually, Kramer goes out after her. Jerry shuts the door and he does that little scamper to go to George, the blonde with the blue sweatpants. And they always use that for the Superman montage in the clip show.
Oh, nice. So, yeah, he goes on to say he's always been too afraid to approach her. He's had a crush on her for a year. George says, you can't do anything because of Angela. What are you going to do? Jerry almost turns. Once he finds out that the blonde in the blue sweatpants is involved in this scandal, Angela's out the window.
His tune quickly changes.
Yeah, she should be in prison, can't sit by and allow this thing to go on.
Lousy thug.
You can't compromise your principles.
I might not live with myself.
Can't live.
I'm not religious, but I certainly know where to draw the line.
This country needs more people like you.
Don't sell yourself short saying God bless you to every Tom, Dick, and Harry at great personal risk.
I believe strongly in that, as you know.
There should be more people like us.
That's why the world's in the shape that it's in.
You're telling me.
This ending to the scene is so... There's such a rhythm to it, and it flows so well. I only have one gripe, because you notice how they're in unison, arguing. They flip the page. They, fan out the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
I only wish that Jerry's legs were crossed in the same fashion as George's.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, because a lot of times they'll mimic each other for a comedic effect, and I guess, it didn't happen.
Again, similar to the fix-up when they both sit down at the same time and cross those legs. So we cut to across the street, maybe later that day, in the apartment building. He's speaking with this blonde in the blue sweatpants we come to know as Becky Gelke. He's promising her that he's going to do everything that he can to make sure the party responsible is made to be responsible, or something very close to that.
Well, God bless you.
Which is interesting, considering Jerry doesn't sneeze. So it makes me wonder is that something?
Yeah, it sounds like something.
Okay.
So Becky Gelke is played by actress Helen Slater. She was on The Young and the Restless. She was in Smallville. She was on an episode of The New Adventures of Old Christine. So she got to work with Julia. Grey's Anatomy, Caroline in the City. And hey, Batman fans, she was the voice of Talia al Ghul in Batman the Animated Series.
Really? How many episodes?
I have 4 episodes.
Wow, nice. Vinny, any significance about Helen Slater's birthplace?
Sure.
Sure.
She was born in Massapequa, Long Island, which coincidentally is where Jerry Seinfeld was born.
Awesome.
All right, let's take a short break.
This is what everybody that is watching this wants to know.
Yeah.
Who is Larry David?
This guy, he's too much.
Who is Larry David?
You are too much, Mr. Rose.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
You're probing. What is the probe?
Because we want to know who you are. I mean,
who the hell knows? I don't know.
Well, you do know.
Whatever you're seeing, that's who I am. What?
Really? No,
yeah.
It's not true. You told me you created a character. It's not you. It's who you might want to be, but are not. Who are you?
I'm a jerk. That's who I am.
You're like not. That's an act.
I'm like everybody else.
No,
I'm a jerk.
That's an act.
No, it isn't.
It really isn't.
No.
How are you a jerk?
Oh, look, let's stop talking about me. That's why I didn't want to do this interview in the first place. I had to be talked into 60 Minutes. You think I wanted to do this? I didn't want to do it because I knew you'd be asking questions like this.
Then why did you do it?
They talked me into it just like they talked me into the play.
Oh, so you're a guy that you can be talked into things.
Yes, hence the jerk.
You have no backbone. You have no capacity to say no.
No.
But the guy that you create would be able to say no.
There you go.
And there's your biggest hang-up.
Yep.
You can't say no, but you can create a character that can say no.
Yeah.
You're not a jerk, but you can create a character that's a jerk because you don't have the courage to be a jerk.
That's perfect. That's good. That's good. I like that. How much you charge? Huh? That's better than any therapy I ever got. Yeah. Okay,
We're back.
We're back from our act break, and we're getting our first look at George's apartment from the outside, an exterior shot. And I think this is the same building exterior that we get throughout the rest of the show. of course, they, the second unit goes and gets new shots, but
Because he moves from time to time.
no, I think he's in the same place the whole time.
Really?
Yeah, George never moves because Susan moves in with him.
Yeah, I guess you're right. And the bedroom seems to kind of stay the same.
I think the set changes once we.
He gets the updated Yankee sheets,
That's true. Next time I feel like we're in there is in the Mango, or whenever he's with, I forget the character, Karen, the Risotto Broad.
Risotto Broad.
Yeah, it's a different set then, but I think that set carries into like when he's watching Mad About You with Susan, or Frank's in his bed
with his dad.
Yeah.
I want to point out what we see in his room, though. You pointed out last week the Marvel poster, which is amazing.
DC.
Is it DC?
Yeah.
I thought it was Marvel.
No, it's the I think at the time they were the Super Friends, but
I am
it's
the worst.
Oh no, you're okay.
I'm sorry. He's also got dinosaur pillow covers and sheets. There's a fish tank to the left, and then if you look in the right on his nightstand, there's a Godzilla statue. It looks like Godzilla.
Is that the same statue that's in his office when they send the bomb detector in?
It might be.
Because Steinbrenner's confused, and he's like, is that Mothra?
Yeah.
It's like, obviously Godzilla.
That very well could be. I really think it's a nice touch portraying George as I guess a man-child, having his room like that, being a grown man,
Makes perfect sense. On with the scene, George and Robin are under the covers, naked. George is feeling pretty remorseful that they had sex, especially because, she's married. Come on. He's committed adultery, but Robin reassures him that he didn't commit adultery, she did, which I always thought was an interesting way of looking at it.
Yeah, I always thought it took two to commit adultery, but I guess she's the one adulterating from the marriage, right?
Right. And you would have to be married to commit adultery, right?
Yes.
Or is it if you're not married, you're an adulterer? Anyways, Robin further explains that if she didn't do it with him, she would have done it with someone else. And George warns her, hey, there are a lot of losers out there. Watch out. Apparently, after 3 years with Michael, she has never received one God bless you after sneezing.
It must be hell living in that house.
Cut to Elaine's apartment. She is, first of all, in a ridiculous outfit. I don't know if you have a note on this, Vinny, but
it's the equivalent of George's Gore-Tex jacket. It's engulfing her.
Yeah, it's huge. She's on the phone with Michael. He just called and he's looking for his wife.
Is Robin there?
Robin? No, why?
She said she was going to be with you.
No, I haven't spoken to her all day. Yeah, right. As a matter of fact, she was here, and she left a note, but I wasn't here. But I have the note right here.
If she's not with you, then where is she?
Well, I don't know.
Is she with your bald friend from the other night?
No. Come on, Michael.
He's finished. I'm gonna sew his ass to his face. I'm gonna twist his neck so hard his lips will be his eyebrows. I'm gonna break his joints and reattach him.
You're so good looking.
I think Julia is so incredible at playing a character who is terrible at lying. Because in the beginning of this scene, she's very calm, very comfortable. Hi, Michael. And once, Michael kind of catches her in this lie, Julia is able to be so uncomfortable in her own skin. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's really good. Reminds me a lot, very similar circumstances to the Cadillac when Elaine has to lie to Susan about George going out with Marissa Tomei, and she's not caught in her own lie, but she's just having trouble getting through it.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of gulps and voice wavering. Mm-hmm. It's really good.
Yeah. So we cut back to Jerry's apartment, and sorry for all the clips here, but we have a scene between Jerry and Angela that mirrors Elaine and Michael.
I meant to call you Suckface when the show started, but I forgot.
Now you listen to me, Suckface. You tell anybody anything, and I will carve my initials in your brain tissue. I'll bash your skull into a Vegematic like a bad cabbage, and I'll have a party on your head!
Hi, Elaine. This is Angela.
I'll pluck all your body hairs out with my teeth!
Well, I think I get the gist of it.
So you don't say anything to anybody about me hitting that car.
What car?
Good. I'm glad we understand each other.
It's not complicated.
This scene here just always confused me. Like when I was a more casual Seinfeld fan, because it just comes out of nowhere. Nothing is leading to this moment with Angela just ripping into Jerry.
Yeah, and we actually never saw him confront her, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This is the moment.
I think the jig was up. You know, it was a bad jig.
Terrible jig.
Yeah. Right from the get-go. You know, I think she was just seeing how long she could dangle this guy along.
But it's one of those instances where they didn't show Jerry actually confronting her, you know,
You don't
on
need
screen.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it confused you as a young viewer.
It was just a year ago. What do you think about this scene, though? Do you like this side of Angela? It's a great performance from the actress.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
What a nut.
It's weird to get this kind of aggression. There's a lot of anger and venting and yelling on Seinfeld, but this kind of hate.
Threats. She's threatening.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
And Jerry kind of just bites his lip and takes it.
I think he realizes, like, what's the point of fighting this woman? But Elaine is there to witness the entire exchange, you know, dressing him down. And after Angela walks out, Elaine that is just so happy to mock Jerry, to rip into him a little bit here. It's, again, turning that knife, turning the screws like we always bring up.
I like to think of it as Elaine now kind of has the high ground, and she's the one now calling out Jerry. But as we'll see, not for long.
Well, George enters, and Elaine tells him about Michael's phone call, and immediately he freaks out.
What?
And we bring up an interesting point here, Vinny. He tells Elaine that she should have lied. How hard is it to lie?
That's not that hard.
Which is just great coming from George. As we know, he is the master liar, and as you pointed out, Vinny, Elaine is really bad at lying.
Yes.
She's like a good person. She's like, there's some shred of decency in her, unlike George, who just has none.
No shred.
Well, who told you to sleep with her, George?
It's not my fault. I wasn't going to do anything until you got her all juiced up with your story about having the affair with the matador.
Oh, gosh, none of this would never have happened if you hadn't said God bless you.
Oh, don't start with the...
Hold it, people. Matador? What matador?
She told this couple she had an affair with a matador.
A matador. Well. Uno momento, por favor. Pray tell, what was the young man's name?
Eduardo Carocchio.
Eduardo Carocchio. That's good. That's very good. Kind of just rolls off the tongue. I wonder where on the Upper West Side a single girl might meet a matador. Perhaps Zabar's or Ray's Pizza.
Haha. So now Jerry has the high ground.
Aha.
And I really like as Jerry is kind of berating Elaine now, and George is the reason Jerry now has this new information. George is kind of happy with himself that he kind of now turned the attention toward Elaine. And as Jerry is doing his little Eduardo Carocchio shtick, you can see Elaine, her expression is kind of like, okay, you got me. Now I'm the one caught in a lie.
True, but to be fair, between the two lies, I think Jerry's is much worse.
Oh, yeah.
You know, property damage, leading someone along just for sex. So we cut to Becky's apartment. Becky Gelke, Jerry is back, and he's talking to her in the doorway. He is getting the estimate for the damage done to her car. Good trivia question, $875. He's not being totally upfront with her. Jerry says that he'll give her a check for the damages, and then the person who hit her car can pay him back. And she takes the check, but not the offer to go out with Jerry, of course. She thinks that he's the one who hit her car. He just can't admit it.
Well, Jerry asks her, what are you doing this weekend?
Yes.
And then she kind of takes offense to that.
It's so obvious, though. If you're Becky, are you believing anything this guy says? Like,
Absolutely not.
Yeah, you're obviously the one that hit my car. And great timing on Jerry's part. He's like, so, Rip, what are you doing this weekend? It's...
And I really like the touch of how Jerry tries to apply his theory regarding the God bless yous to real life. Becky Gelke ends this scene with a sneeze, and Jerry... He really has no shot now, but he's going to go with his, you are so good looking.
There is something so beautiful about Seinfeld whenever a character goes out guns blazing. Like, all right, I'm already in the deep. I might as well just go for this.
I'm going down with the ship.
Yeah.
Another interesting note, and I actually wondered this myself, the Seinfeld writers thought that the phrase, you are so good looking, was going to catch on, much like these pretzels are making me thirsty. But for some reason... You are so good looking never caught fire.
There was something Peter Melman mentioned in our interview with him. He had a line too that didn't catch on either.
In the Yada Yada episode, he thought the phrase anti-dentite would catch on, and for some reason it didn't.
But instead, Yada Yada did.
Yeah.
So you can't plan those things. It's just whatever sticks. Next scene is at Jerry's apartment. Once again, he is packing for a whittle trip, 3-week trip for presumably stand up. But George is going to tag along with him on this trip because there's a maniac stalking him. He's not going to stay in the city anymore.
For some reason, I never picked up on the fact that George was going to go with Jerry on his trip.
Oh,
I thought George just wanted to get out of the city and not be in New York. But I never put together that they were going to go on the road together. But now it makes total sense.
It's actually, now that you mention it, that would actually be a really cool storyline. Just Jerry and George living out of hotels for a couple of weeks.
Why not? Because then George could try and pick up women at the comedy clubs and fail miserably.
But who's going to check the gaskets while Jerry's gone?
Kramer.
Did you notice, though, for 3 weeks, I felt George was packing just a little light. He only had that one duffel bag. It was pretty big, but he hasn't hit that, Diana Ross phase yet.
He's only got the one mood right now, which is scared shitless. So he's only got the one. That's his emergency bag. He didn't have time to get the morning mist. So at one point in an earlier draft, the scene was going to reveal that Michael and Angela were going to team up to stalk George and Jerry.
Right, so Michael would be after George, Angela would be after Jerry, and they're like, oh, hey, why don't we join forces?
Stalk together?
Kramer enters after speaking with Becky Gelke. He's, of course, very disappointed in Jerry. I love the judgmental Kramer. Not holier than thou, but, you're a despicable person for what you did to that poor innocent girl. He adds that Jerry, for lying about the hit and run, is an embarrassment to the building, which... I don't know why. It just reminded me a little bit of the Kiss Hello.
I thought that too.
Oh, lovely.
Nobody wants you here.
Nobody. Oh, Mary. Jerry tells Kramer, he was covering for someone else. That's honestly what happened. And Kramer, believes him, easily enough at least, and tells him that he's got a date with Becky Saturday night. Thanks to Jerry, he actually had an excuse to talk to her.
I'm glad I could be of some assistance.
Very similar to the nose job, this idea of Kramer sort of reaping the benefits of everyone else's misfortunes, if that makes sense. He's able to swoop in, get the girl, swoop in, get the money, Elle Macpherson naked.
First it was George, now it's Jerry.
Mm-hmm. And we cut to Becky's apartment. This is our last scene. Kramer approaches her apartment.
He's moosed up.
He's moosed up, yeah. It's all slicked back, but he's got flowers, he's dressed nice. Becky opens the door, and we hear that Mary Hart voice coming out, and he just has a seizure. Does it look like the actress playing Becky is trying to hold it together?
I thought she was just being overwhelmed by the liquid flying off of Michael's head, that she's just kind of wincing at it.
Was there liquid coming off?
Well, droplets of mousse are getting everywhere.
How do you do a scene with Michael and not start laughing? This scene, even if you're a guest star, must have taken forever to film.
I wish we had access to that. I would love if they just released all the takes with laughter. Take my money. I would buy that.
Hundreds of hours, if not thousands. And we close out the episode with a little bit of stand-up.
A man is paralyzed mentally by a beautiful woman. And the advertisers really take advantage of this. Don't you love those ads where you see like the woman in the bikini next to the 32-piece ratchet set, and she's, we'll be looking at the girl in the bikini, looking at the ratchet set, going, all right, well, if she's right next to the ratchet set, and I had that ratchet set, I wonder if that would mean that I better just buy that ratchet set.
It was okay, this stand-up.
Yeah.
I feel like this is more an 80s or a 90s thing where you see a beautiful woman in a bikini trying to sell something specifically for a man, such as power tools or a ratchet set. So this seems kind of an antiquated thing to think about.
Yeah, it's a pretty good stand-up. It doesn't really have that. It doesn't pack a punch like some stand-ups have in the past.
Well, the opening stand-up was so dynamite that this fails by comparison.
Ratings?
So, what do you think?
Not a whole lot to say about this week's episode. Definitely some classic moments. Probably the most classic being Kramer's seizure in Jerry's apartment. That's always like a great visual moment from all the clip shows. As a whole, I don't find this episode that memorable. There's sort of a run here at the end of season 3 where, since we're big fans of the DVDs, this always feels like a disc 4 episode. By that I mean like I'm just not that familiar with them. There's nothing that screams classic. Oh my god, I can't wait to watch The Good Samaritan. That being said, though, it's still a pretty funny episode, and I didn't know that Jason directed this episode either. That comes as kind of like a big plus. I'm sort of wanting to revisit this episode maybe again and look at it more from like a director's point of view. Like, what did Jason do that maybe Tom Sharonis didn't do? But all in all, if you told me that Tom Sharonis directed this episode, I would have said, yeah, that seems about right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Nothing really stood out. Nonetheless, I still think he did a great job. There weren't nearly as many like continuity errors or issues this week that we've seen in previous episodes. I thought it was pretty funny, and love getting another Peter Melman episode. Just one of our favorite writers here. As we're going along, though, I'm understanding his writing style just a little bit better, which is nice. I think he brings a real nice touch to the Jerry and Elaine characters that, for the most part, gets overlooked by other writers, I think. I like the baggage that they carry with them whenever it comes to talking about the opposite sex. Originally, when that kind of theme came up in The Deal, I really hated it. Thought it was totally inappropriate, but it's used in such clever, subtle ways that it just seems so crucial to their character interaction. Anyways, all in all, pretty good episode. Nothing to go crazy about. So ultimately, I will be giving this 8 initials carved into brain tissue out of 10.
Ooh, that's a good one. Our ratings have been pretty similar over the past couple weeks.
It's a tricky episode to talk about. I don't know why.
I agree. I felt the same way. I'm watching these scenes and I'm kind of smiling. I'm not getting big course ha's coming out, but I'm amused. I love Peter Melman's commentary on relationships and pointing out these little things that go on, between two people. Like you said, the subtlety between Jerry and Elaine, that's palpable, and that feels like something he experienced, and the awkwardness that goes along with remaining friends with an ex-girlfriend, as well as talking about new girls in front of said ex-girlfriend. Always find that fascinating. I liked that there were some scenes with Julia and Jason. So when they're at the dinner with Michael and Robin, because they don't get too many, when you think of the main 4, you don't see too many George and Elaine scenes, So that was kind of nice. And then when George and Elaine are arguing, that's also a nice thing to see, because you don't see that often.
That's true.
When you see Jerry, Elaine, and George kind of, we use this a lot on here, so please forgive us, but turning the screws on each other and kind of giving these little jabs at each other. I enjoy that. Kind of one-upping each other and throwing those subtle digs at each other. I feel very similar to you, Matt, so I'll stop my rambling. So I will give this 8 thank you waves out of 10.
That's going to do it for us at Seincast. Vinny, do your thing where you lie to everyone.
All right. Email us at seincast@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Seincast. Tumblr, Pinterest, you name it. We're out there.
And if you haven't already, please give us a rating and review on iTunes. The more feedback we get, the more likely other Seinfeld fans will find out about the show. It seems like every other day someone's leaving a rating and review, so thank you so much to everyone who's done that so far. Vinny, what episode are we discussing next week?
I don't know what you expect to find out there, Matt. You know what you want better than me. But there's one thing I do know. I know I can stand here watching you destroy everything I've ever wanted in my life, wanting to smash your face in with my fists, because you won't even make the slightest effort to offer happiness and still know that I love you. You mean so much to me that I'm willing to take all your abuse and insults and insensitivity. Next week, we're discussing the 20th episode of Season 3, The Letter.
If it wasn't obvious enough. But for now, I'm Matt.
I'm Vinny.
Signing off. Seincast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC, and is intended for information and entertainment purposes only. The official Seinfeld site can be found at sonypictures.com/TV/Seinfeld. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of Castle Rock Entertainment or their respective trademark and copyright holders.
I can't go alone.
Ask George to go with you.
George, come on. I'll pay for you.
You'll pay? I'm there.